Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am really excited because I'm going to be doing an eyeshadow palette collection video. I feel like I haven't done one of these in so long, so I figured it was time. I'm currently sitting at 41 palettes, I believe, and I know that there are some I can get rid of, so I am really hoping to do a declutter as well in this video. So I can't wait to go through all of my palettes with you guys and just see which ones I am not using, not reaching for, which ones I can get rid of. That way I can make room for some new palettes. So I'm really excited to do this video. I hope you guys enjoy this type of content. Please let me know in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It would mean so much to me. So for the next portion of this video, I think I'm going to turn the camera around. That way it's just going to be a bit easier for you guys to see everything, get a little bit more up close. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I have all of my palettes laid out here on my floor. Some of them are in piles. I just have the same kind of brands piled together. So we're gonna go through all of these. By the way, I am filming this on my phone, so if the audio sounds a little bit different than before, that is why. I just thought it'd be a little bit easier using my phone. I can just see a bit better, so we're gonna do it that way. So I think I'm just gonna start just probably right down here, just the stuff that is closest to me. So first up, we have this palette from Treluce Beauty, if that's how you say it. This is the Midnight Deseos or Deseos palette. I don't know how to say this. It's all like Spanish, I believe. So I'm not quite good at pronouncing stuff like that, but hopefully I did all right. So this palette I haven't even used yet. This I got in a Boxycharm, and I was actually debating on decluttering this one just because I don't know. I wasn't like certain on the color story of it. Look at this packaging though, how pretty. And I haven't like used this brand before, so I don't know if the formula is any good. But yeah, this is how it looks. And I feel like the colors are really pretty. Like the shimmers look really stunning. But I just feel like I have so many palettes with these colors already that I am like really not sure that I would really reach for this palette that much. So I think because it's unused, I will probably end up putting this palette in a giveaway, just because, like I said, I probably won't use it. I'll probably use it once and then never reach for it again. I just feel like the colors in here are too neutral, and I just have so many other palettes that have similar colors already. So I think I'm going to put this one in the declutter pile. I'm just going to put that back in its box here. Yeah, so this one I'm going to declutter. Next we have this one from Lunar Beauty. This is the Nude Prism palette, another brand new palette that I haven't used, another palette that I got in Boxycharm. And for some reason I just haven't used it yet. I don't know. I've been wanting to and meaning to, I just haven't. So this one I do want to keep. I just think the colors in here are more my style. It is like a more neutral palette. Look at this packaging, how pretty. But I feel like these neutrals are just more like neutrals that I would reach for. So yeah, they're a bit, I don't know. It honestly looks pretty similar to the one I just showed you guys. So that's why I'm saying, like, I don't think I need to keep like that other one just because I have so many palettes already that are similar. And this one, I just like that there's like pinks in here and a lot more shimmers. So this palette I want to keep and try out soon. Maybe I could do like a whole dedicated video on it if that's something you guys would want to see. I could do like a first impressions, but this palette is beautiful. So yeah, I really want to keep this. Okay, next let's just get these two out of the way because I know I'm keeping these. These are some of my favorite palettes: the BPerfect Cosmetics Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette, and then we have the Carnival XL Pro palette. These palettes have one of the best formulas I've ever tried. They are so pigmented and just so blendable and easy to work with. I absolutely love these. So these are for sure staying. So this is what this one looks like. Very beautiful, colorful palettes. Does have some neutrals as well. This palette also comes with a couple highlights. So yeah, these I will probably never declutter. They are just so good. Then we have some ColorPop, and honestly, I feel like I'm going to be keeping all of these just because I really love like these little 9-pan palettes, and the color stories are like kind of monochromatic. So this is the Blue Moon palette. So it's all blues, as you can see, but like the formulas on these are actually so good. So I really want to keep them.
just because, I don't know, I just really like the way they look. I think they're super cute and compact, and if I'm looking to do like a certain color for an eyeshadow look, like all blue or all green or something like that, these are the kind of palettes that I would reach for, just because I have everything I need and they do perform really well. So yeah, that's the Blue Moon. Then we have the Baby Got Peach. This one is probably my favorite because I just love peach eyeshadow, and I think it looks really good on me and like with my eye color. So yeah, I love this one. Then we have the Lilac You a Lot. And this one has some really pretty like purples and pink shades. And then we have lastly the Mint to Be. So super pretty. These are actually in the wrong order. I dropped this palette once and all the pans fell out and I kind of just put them back wherever. So I don't even know which order they go in, but it's not the right exact order, but these are all the shades. And yeah, I actually just used this palette the other day and I just love it so much. So yeah, I'm going to be keeping all of those. And then the Fade into Hue palette, I'm also going to be keeping just because it's a really nice, colorful palette. It has like every color of the rainbow. The shimmers in here are really, really good. And a lot of the mattes are really good as well. So I really want to keep this one. It's just a really good like go-to colorful palette for me. Okay, what do we want to tackle next? Okay, let's start with these here. These are the HipDot palettes. This one is the Zion, and these I got in Boxycharm as well. And this one, I actually really like the color story on it. I've used it quite a bit. I like the pink shades and the more like neutral and like kind of orangey shades in here. This palette really performs well, and I just like the color story. So this one I am going to keep. Then this one is the C-Note palette, and honestly, this one I am a little unsure of. I mean, I do like some of the shades in here, like the bright blues, and like the shimmers are so good. They're so beautiful and pigmented. I just know that like I never reach for this palette. I haven't used it in, honestly, I can't even remember the last time I used it. So that's why I'm kind of like, do I really need it? Initially, I kept it all of these, I want to say years now, because of this middle shade here, the Goddess shade. It is just so pretty. It's like unlike any other shade I have in any other palettes. At least I think I don't have anything similar to that shade in my collection, but going through all these palettes, I will be able to see it now. So if I do have something similar to this, I'll probably declutter this palette. But if not, I might still hang on to it. I don't know. I just really like that color, even though honestly I never use it. But I feel like if I ever need like the perfect turquoise green color, like this is going to be my go-to. So yeah, it's really hard to declutter, especially with one shade that you really love. And normally I wouldn't keep palettes just for one shade, but like, you guys, I don't know. What should I do? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna put it to the side in like the maybe pile for now and kind of think about it more as I go through the rest of the palettes. But yeah, let me know what you guys think and help me out because I'm really bad at like decision making. Okay, let's grab this one here from Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is the Strawberry Feels palette. And this one, again, is brand new. As you can see, it's still in the carton. I haven't used it yet, so I want to keep it, obviously, because I do want to test it out. So this is how it looks. I just love the packaging. It is so pretty. And I really do like the shades in here. I like the neutrals, and these pinks are really beautiful. So I do want to try this one out and see what I think of it before I, you know, possibly declutter or not. But I'm really excited to try this and see how the formula is, because I haven't tried any of her eyeshadow palettes from her brand yet. So yeah, I'm curious to see how these are going to perform. Okay, let's move these Huda Beauty ones over and get these out of the way. These two I am also keeping. We have the Mercury Retrograde palette, which is such a stunning palette. I love the formula of Huda Beauty's shadows. So this is what it looks like. This one is also discontinued, so I do want to keep it because you can't buy it again. So yeah, this one is for sure staying. Then we have another Huda Beauty palette, the new Nude palette, which again, I haven't tried. As you can see, it's still in the carton. So I do need to try a bunch of palettes out yet that I just haven't gotten around to. So this one I am obviously keeping. Oh my gosh, I can't get it out of the packaging here. But this palette, you guys, is so freaking beautiful. Like, look at this. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to try this. I don't know why it's taken me so long. I've literally had this palette sitting for months and I just haven't touched it. Like, why am I like this? I don't know. I need to use this. I need to, I don't know, maybe film a YouTube video using this, do a first impressions. Let me know, you guys, if you guys want to see any of these eyeshadow palettes like tested on like reviews on a video. I can definitely do that. Just let me know which ones you guys want to see. Okay, moving over to this side, we have some Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Norvina Mini Pro Pigment Palette Volume 1. I actually really like this palette. It performs beautifully, and I actually just used this a couple days ago in a TikTok video, and I love it so much, so I am definitely keeping. And then these two palettes, these are the bigger Norvina palettes. This is the Volume 1, and this one just looks like this. I'll be honest, I don't really use this palette ever, and I have debated decluttering it. Just because I feel like the color story to me, it just doesn't really make sense. There's just a lot going on and it's not in a really good arrangement in my opinion. So I kind of just get confused when I look at this palette. So I really don't know if I should keep this or not. I really want to get the volume, I think it's volume 4, possibly, maybe volume 5, no. I don't know, it's like the light purple palette that has like a lot of neutrals in it, and it has like some like lighter pinks and purples in it. I really want to get that one, and I feel like if I get that one, I would probably declutter this one just because, yeah, it's just a very weird palette to me. I don't know. I do think it performs really well, but I don't know if I would really ever reach for this palette. I mean, I don't really reach for this palette, so I know that it just kind of sits. But I can't decide, you know, it's really difficult. I feel like if I declutter it, I might regret it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Help me out here. I think I'm just gonna put this in the maybe pile for now and come back to it because I really can't decide right now. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile. And then we have the Norvina Volume 3. So this one, again, a very weird color story. It's just very scattered. I don't know. I do think I like this one a bit better just because it has a more variety of colors. Yeah, this one I think I'm gonna keep, and the other one I'm gonna just decide on still. I don't know. It's still in the maybe pile, so we'll come back to that one. Okay, next we have this one from Ciate London. This is the Spice palette. This one I also got in Boxycharm. And this one I've only used a couple times, but the few times that I've used it, I actually really enjoyed it. So I do think I'm going to hold on to it for a little bit longer just to see how much use I can get out of it, or see how much I use it if I reach for it a lot or not. Just that'll kind of determine whether I want to declutter it in the future. But as of right now, I feel like I haven't used it that much, so I do want to give it some more time. Okay, and then I have two actually of the Dominique Cosmetics Unconditional palette. So I got these in Boxycharm as well, and I got a duplicate in a box, so I have two of them. So this is mine, the one that I've used, and I actually really did like it the first time I used it, so I do want to play around with this one a bit more and just see how much I, you know, use it again and see if I want to keep it. But as of right now, I do want to still try it out a few more times because I think I only used it once, so I'm gonna keep it. And then this one, obviously I don't need two, so this one I'm probably just gonna put in a giveaway. So yeah, I have quite a bit of giveaway stuff prepared already, and I'm waiting to hit 5,000 on Instagram to do a giveaway. So make sure you guys follow me there. It will be linked down below in the description box. So since this will be going in a giveaway, I'm gonna put it in the declutter pile. Okay, next we have one from Violet Voss. This is the Sun-Kissed Summer palette. This palette I also got in Boxycharm, and you guys will probably see a pattern here that a lot of these palettes in my collection I got in Boxycharm. So this one looks like this, and I have to be honest, I am not a fan of this formula really. I have used this a couple times and I'm not in love, so I am going to be decluttering this one. We have this one here from Real Her. This is the Dreams So Big, and again, Boxycharm. So this is what it looks like. I actually do like this palette. It is kind of more on the powdery side, but I do like the looks that I create with it, and I really like this like white shimmer shade. It's super pigmented and beautiful, and I just think this is a really like nice travel friendly neutral eyeshadow palette, so I am gonna keep it. This one here from Lorac, again, Boxycharm. It's crazy how many palettes I have from Boxycharm. This is the Meraki palette, if that's how you say it. This one I actually really like too. It has a really nice formula, and I do love the shades in here. There's a lot of neutrals, and I just feel like you can create so many different like everyday looks with this palette. So I am going to keep this one as well. Okay, next we have this palette from Pacifica, and I literally just got this palette like a week ago, I want to say. So I am going to be keeping it because I've only used it, I think, once or twice now, and I do enjoy it so far, so I do want to keep this one. Another palette I'm going to be keeping is the Beauty Bay Pastels palette. This palette is so pretty. Like, you guys, if you like pastels, you need this palette. It is so beautiful. All of the colors in here are just stunning, and it performs really well. Like, they are very pigmented for a pastel like shadow. I just think, yeah, this is just an awesome palette, and I am definitely keeping. We have this one here from Ace Beauté. This is the Nostalgia palette, and again, I got this in a Boxycharm, and I do really enjoy the formula of this one, so I do want to keep it. It's my only palette from them, and I have used it quite a bit actually, so I know I'm reaching for it, and yeah, I do want to keep it. We have this one from Natasha Denona. This is the Zendo palette, and this is my only Natasha Denona palette, so I do want to keep this. I have enjoyed it the times that I've used it, so I do like the formulas. I think the matte formulas are really good. The shimmer formulas are not like the greatest, but they are still good. But obviously it's Natasha Denona, like I have to keep at least one palette in my collection, and it's like the only one I have, so maybe down the road, if I get more of her palettes, I would declutter this one just because I'm not like crazy about the color story, but I do like it. And again, I got this in a Boxycharm. I mean, crazy, but yeah, I am going to keep this one. Okay, we have this one from Pinky Rose Cosmetics. This is the Bright Lights palette. This is a very vibrant, bright palette, obviously, just like the name says. So this palette I have used, I want to say, a couple times, and although I do like it, I just don't find myself reaching for this palette ever. So I do feel like I'm gonna declutter it. I did only pay like I think $5 for this palette on Boxycharm's like drop shop or whatever. So yeah, I'm not really that into it, and I know I haven't been reaching for it in the last year or so. So yeah, I think it's time to go. Let's touch on these Wander Beauty palettes. Two palettes again that I got in Boxycharm. Like, you guys, it's crazy how many palettes I get in Boxycharm. I feel like if I didn't have Boxycharm, my eyeshadow palette collection would be so small. But this is the Wanderous Escape palette, and you know what, I'm gonna declutter this one. I just wasn't crazy about the formulas. I feel like the shimmers are nice, but I have similar shimmers in other palettes, so I am going to declutter this one. And then I just recently got this one actually in Boxycharm, and it's the Sweet Escape palette. This one I think I like a little bit more than the other one. I just like the colors a bit better, but I'm still not crazy on the formula. I feel like the shimmers are pretty, but the mattes are just a little bit like lackluster. They're not super pigmented, and they are pretty powdery. I don't know. I think I might hold on to this one a little bit longer and play with it a couple more times before I decide to declutter it, if I do decide to. I just feel like I haven't had enough time with it. I don't know. I feel like I want to keep it for a little bit longer. Okay, we have this one from BH Cosmetics. It's the Carly Bible palette. You guys, this is so old. This is definitely the oldest palette I have in my collection, I think, because I did declutter the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette in my last makeup declutter. That was the oldest palette I had, but I think this is the oldest palette now. And I feel like I should declutter it just because like they don't make this palette anymore, but at the same time, I'm like, I really enjoy it. I feel like it performs really well, and like the highlights in here are absolutely crazy. Like, they are so blinding. So I don't know, like I feel like I wouldn't really use this that much just because it's not something that's like available to purchase. So I don't want to like use it in like videos and stuff, and like I'm not able to recommend it to you guys because it's not available to purchase. So that's what's kind of getting me, like, do I declutter it or do I just keep it for like old time's sake, like for nostalgia, for the fact that I do actually enjoy this palette? I don't know. I might put this one in the maybe pile and just think about it a bit more, because I'm not sure right now. So let's just go to some that I know I'm going to be decluttering. So this one here from Lawless, this is the Baby One palette, and this one, I just don't like the color story on it. I just feel like all of the shades in it are so dark that I wouldn't really be able to create like any sort of like everyday look. It would mostly be like evening looks. and stuff like that. So I don't think I'm going to keep this. I think I'm going to put it in a giveaway as well because it is brand new. I haven't even used it, but I will show you guys what it looks like, just so you guys can get a feel for the colors. But my gosh, I always have a hard time opening this. I might need to get my tweezers. 1 second. Okay, so here is how it looks. I really do love that it's like super compact. I would love this for like a travel size palette. If the colors were just a little bit more wearable, like for daytime, I feel like they're so dark. So you guys will see what I mean. I mean, look at that. Like, how many eyeshadow looks can you really create with this when everything is so dark? I feel like it definitely needs some more transition shades. Like, the shimmers are pretty. I feel like I could work with those easily. There's one like light one and there's one dark one. But the mattes, they're just all like dark to me. So I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I would have to use this shade in every single look. So yeah, I wish there were some lighter tones in here and I may have kept it. But with this color story, I'm going to have to pass. And yeah, so this will be going in the declutter pile as well and going into a giveaway. Okay, and next we have this one from REM Beauty. This is the baby doll palette. So I recently got this in PR, I want to say like a month or two ago. And I did a whole video on this, trying all of the products that I got, and like I didn't mind this palette, but I wouldn't say like I was like in love with it or overly impressed with it. I think it's just okay. I just feel like there's not a lot you can really do with this palette, so it's kind of boring in my eyes. So I do think I'm gonna declutter it. I just don't really see myself reaching for this. Okay, next we have this one from Glamlight. This is the Michaela collab. So this one I honestly have only used I think like 2 or 3 times. And I have enjoyed like the few times that I used it. I think it performed really well. So I want to keep it and play around with it a bit more. The only thing I will say about this palette is like, as you can see, the glitter is literally falling out. Like this whole thing lifted up and all of the glitter started coming out. I had to like re-glue it. So I want to say like half of the glitter that was in here has come out. So it's just like really messy and I kind of just don't like the packaging at all. Although it is like pretty, it's just like a mess. So yeah, I don't love the packaging, but the formula is actually really good. So I do want to keep this. Okay, let's see the Beauty Bakery Proof is in the Pudding palette. This one I just got, I think last month in my Boxycharm. And this one is going to be a declutter. I just don't think this has much character. It's pretty boring. Very similar looking actually to the REM palette. I mean, the shades are very similar and I'm just not feeling it. So yeah, this one is gonna be decluttered. It is brand new as well, so I may pop this one in a giveaway as well. Okay, then we have the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palettes. This is the first one, and then we have the volume 2. So I actually bought these when they were on sale on the Morphe website. They were like $35, I think. I bought them for each, so I was really excited to get them because I feel like I'd wanted them for a long time. But then once I got them, I like never reached for these. I literally used this one, I think once. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just feel like I wasn't impressed with the shimmers in here at all. I feel like they're very lackluster and I feel like the mattes, it's like I have all of these colors in other palettes. So now I'm thinking like, do I just declutter this one? Because like I literally have used it, I think once or twice tops, and I ordered this back in summertime, I believe. Like I want to say like August, September of last year. So that really shows you I'm not super into it. I haven't really used it at all. But I mean, I can say the same thing for some of the palettes that I haven't touched at all yet that I really do want to try and I am really interested in. I just haven't had a chance to like, well, I guess I've had a chance. I feel like I was debating on whether to do a video on them or what, like a first impression. So I kind of just let them sit untouched. But this one, I was like, okay, I'm going to try this one right away. And yeah, like I don't know. I wasn't super impressed, but I feel like maybe I should give it another chance because it is like brand new. And I don't know if I'd get my money back if I sold these. So maybe I will keep it for now. And then same thing with this one. I haven't really used this one much. I think I used it maybe 2 or 3 times as well. This one has definitely some more bright colors in here. But there's definitely something going on with these shimmers. As you can see, this one here looks so like hard pressed because when you literally like swatch it, nothing comes off. And I don't understand like what's wrong with it. Like I'll see if it'll do it now. I kind of scraped a little bit off the top though, so maybe that'll help a bit. But yeah, look at that. Like literally nothing is coming off. I wonder if my camera will focus. You see that? I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it's so, like, there's just nothing really there. And it's like, I pushed my finger in there so hard. And I tried some of the other shimmers too, and they were all kind of the same. So I don't know what is going on with that, if it's just my palette or if they're all like that. But I feel like if the shimmers aren't going to work, then I would probably declutter this palette, just because like I don't want it just for all mattes. Like I do like to use like one palette to create a look. So I definitely want to have mattes and shimmers that are both like usable and work well. So I'm going to test this one out a bit more, see what I can do. And then next time I do another declutter video, I can get rid of it then if I haven't been able to get it to work for me. But in the meantime, I'm going to give it another chance. Okay, then we have this one from Mally Beauty, I believe. I got this in a Boxycharm recently as well. And this one is untouched also. So I'm going to be popping this one in a giveaway too, just because, yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of this brand before, and the color story just didn't like super excite me. So I just thought, you know, I don't need this palette, and I'd rather give it to somebody else that can get better use. So I will be decluttering this one and putting in a giveaway. Okay, we are down to the last 3 palettes. So let's do the Morphe ones. So we have this one, the 35S Sweet Oasis palette. And I know there's like some controversy on Morphe with their palettes. Like, I don't know if some of them are getting, like, people are suing them for their palettes or something like that. I don't know. I like their palettes. I think generally they work pretty well. So this one I recently got, I think at Winners. I picked this up for like $25, and I just really like the color story in here. So I am going to keep this one for now, play with it a bit more because I have only used it a couple times. But yeah, I do like the formulas in this one. I think the shimmers are a lot better than like the ones in that Jaclyn Hill palette. So I'm going to play with this one some more and keep it for now. But I may declutter it in the future. I don't know. I'm not like super in love with it, but I did think it was a good price when I bought it, and I really like the colors in here. So yeah, we're going to keep. And then this one, the 35XO, is like one of my ride or die neutral palettes. So this one is for sure staying. It is just such a gorgeous everyday neutral palette. Like, look at this, you guys. It's absolutely gorgeous. It performs beautifully. So this is a for sure keep. And then lastly, we have this one from Tarte. This is another Boxycharm palette, and this one is called the Sunrise Amazonian Clay Eyeshadow Palette. This one was very underwhelming. I feel like the formula is just okay, and it's just super boring. I just don't really see myself reaching for this. So I am going to declutter this one as well. Okay, coming back to the maybe pile. So I think I have decided to just keep all of these for now. I feel like I did really good with the declutter. I have, I think, like, I don't know, I have to count, but I have a good pile over there for the declutter. So I feel like I can keep these for now, and I may declutter them in the future. But for whatever reason, I'm just like feeling keeping them, and I really just need to like dedicate to using certain palettes so that I can really get a feel for them, because I feel like often they just sit and I'll just keep them because I think I like them, but like I know I never use them. So I may have to like dedicate a palette for a week or something and just really get a feel for them and then decide if it's really for me or not. But for right now, I think, yeah, I'm going to keep all these just because I do enjoy all of the formulas, and there are certain shades in each palette, you know, that I really do like. I looked through my collection and I wasn't able to find anything exactly a match to this shade. There's some that are very similar, but nothing quite as turquoise as this one. So yeah, I really want to keep it for that shade. And I also really love this like icy blue silver shade here. It's super pretty. So I don't know. I'm going to keep these all for now, and yeah. We will see, maybe in a future declutter I will get rid of them, but for now they are staying. Okay, so here are all the palettes I am keeping. I am keeping 31 palettes. And then over here is my declutter pile. So I am decluttering 10 palettes. So I think that's pretty good. It's honestly more than I thought I would declutter. I mean, I knew a couple of these, like the brand new palettes, I was going to be decluttering because I knew I was just going to put them in giveaways or whatever. But I feel like the ones that I have used, like all of these ones here, like that is, what, 5 palettes? and 5 that are brand new. So I'm pretty happy with decluttering 5 palettes out of my collection that I had used previously, and then 5 that I haven't used yet. So I feel like that's making some progress, making some room in my drawers for some new palettes. So yeah, that is everything, you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.